Hi guys, this is my discussion post number 4. It has to do with academic language in your specific content group. So mine is social science. My name is Kevin Straub, and here we go. Okay. So what is academic language? So academic language refers to the oral, written, auditory, and visual language proficiency required to learn effectively in schools and academic programs. So for example, it's the language used in classroom lessons, books, texts, and assignments, and it's the language that the students are expected to learn and achieve fluency in. All right, next slide. So where to start? So some people say, where do you start teaching your students academic language? Where does it begin? So from the textbook here I have from Jeff Sowers and Mary Crawford, the academic conversation starts at the very beginning of your semester. So with your students, the very first day of class, the integration of academic conversation has to start in the beginning of the class year. So right when you get your students, that's where it starts. Because there's multiple reasons for this reason. Two main reasons is that many of the skills take a year or more to build for students. And the second part is the relationships, the key crucial relationships that you create with your teachers and your students that support rich academic conversation also take time to build. Those take just as much time to build just as the skills. Maybe less, but definitely does take a substantial amount of time to get comfortable to be able to explain your feelings and your ideas with your classmates and your teacher. Your true, like, deeper feelings. And then, so the suggestions that they have for the first day or week. So the first part is discuss the purpose. So discuss the purpose, why academic conversations are important. So it's ownership of your ideas and your learning, and it's also building trust between your students and your teacher. And then explain to them what the conversation is. So when you come into the classroom, they have the understanding of what they're expected of. So it's bringing their ideas, sharing their ideas with their students, with their classmates, and then shaping their ideas. So receiving other people's information and maybe possibly reshaping the ideas they had previously coming to class. And then lastly is set classroom expectations. So before any kind of conversation happens between the students, they all understand the guidelines to how respectfully have a conversation with their classmates and their teachers. So being respectful, let others finish before you speak, taking turns and such fashion like that, and then come to some sort of agreement. Even if you guys both disagree on opposite sides, maybe come to an agreement to the point where you both agree that you guys disagree on the subject, but peacefully, and then also listening, so being active listener to the other person's ideas. All right, so the 5 core skills of academic conversation are elaborate and clarify, supporting ideas with examples, build on or challenge a partner's ideas, paraphrase, and synthesize conversation points. Next is the slide of these same 5 core examples, but with a social science kind of aspect towards them. So elaborate and clarify is getting students to dive into the significance and importance of a particular event or perspective in history. So diving deeper into the particular event, particular perspective, or particular any kind of content that you're talking about. Not just talking about the surface layer dates and facts, but diving deep into the actual evidence. And then supporting ideas with examples, so using examples to strengthen a debatable idea or argument. Example, one lesson plan that I just created was debating on appeasement. So one student had a debate on whether appeasement was the right move for England in 1939 with Nazi Germany, or what, and then the other student had the debate whether it was the wrong move, and they had textual evidence from letters from that time period to back their support and back their ideas. So that's one way of supporting your ideas with examples through social science. And then building on or challenging partners' ideas, so linking a person's ideas to previous historical or geographical contexts. So like world issues like scarcity, being able to bring that into a geological view or historical view. And then paraphrase, so condensing the text to key information. So, example, a Bill of Rights lesson plan where they have pretty complex language structure, being able to synthesize it and understand what's going on in the text and breaking it down and paraphrasing it into their own words. So each group has one Bill of Rights that they work together to make their own understanding of the Bill of Rights, or the understanding of the amendment in the Bill of Rights. And lastly is synthesize conversation points, so remembering, highlighting, fitting together key ideas from the conversation into coherent statements. So building a thesis or a concrete idea or theory about a certain topic. And that is the end. Thanks, guys, for listening. That is my discussion post 4.